Yes, today we're going to do a very special review in my action figure collection. Oh, excuse me. Today we're going to review. Here we go. Wow, Black Cat. I don't know where that music came from, but Black Cat. And I also picked up this today. Boom. At the store. Both of them at the store. Played retail. So happy. Woohoo. Yay me. So here we have Black Cat from the Marvel Legends line. And then we have Spider-Man from the Marvel Legends line. I'm just going to do a review on this girl. Yeah, girl. This girl here. There's plenty of reviews out there for this guy, but I will open them up for this review, though. So, I'm very happy. They had all of these. They had Carnage. They had... Well, they didn't have the variant Carnage. But they had Electro, which didn't look too hot. So, and he looks cool in the movie, but the figure, I don't think, translates very well. Of course, they had Spider-Man. Then they had Black Cat. She's the only one. Looked like they had two of everything except for Black Cat here, and she was off in a different part of the toy section, so I was like, oh, come on, no Black Cat. And then I stepped over a couple feet. Oh, there she is. I don't know what, they just had them in two different sections. And then they had this guy here. What was that guy? I don't know, some beetle looking guy. And then they had this cool looking Spider-Man, the Superior Spider-Man, which I almost got, but I think I prefer the classic Spider-Man. So, very cool. They did not have this Spider-Girl. I would have got her if they had her. But Black Cat, I was a fan of Black Cat. I'm not much of a Marvel comic reader now, but when I was in the Navy, the guy that slept in the bunk above me, I had all these DC comics and he was Marvel. So we would trade, and one thing I always did enjoy was reading Spider-Man back in the day. So we're talking about in the early, mid-90s. So, and I always enjoyed Black Cat as a Spider-Man villain, or anti-hero, whatever you call him now. Alright, so that's me rambling enough, but look at this box. It is beat up. I am glad I am not a mint-on-card collector. It is beat up. You hear that? There's something rattling around in there, so hopefully it's nothing broke. So, alright, we'll be right back. Alright, we're back. It only seemed like a couple seconds. Actually, I've been gone for about an hour. Weird how that works out. YouTube time. I've only been gone a couple seconds. Real life, I've been gone about an hour. I gotta take care of a little problem. But here we go. Here we have Black Cat. She is horribly, horribly hard to stand. It took me about 5 minutes to finally get her pose where she would stand. Her feet bow out for some reason, especially that one. I'm kind of wondering if that's foot. I got two of the same feet on. Spent all this money and they won't even stand. And her ankles are kind of, especially this one is kind of weak. Weak ankle syndrome. Drum. But anyway, very cool sculpting on this figure. They definitely did a good job on Black Cat. Let's look at that face. Face is pretty nice looking face. Not bad, I would say. Let's talk about her accessories she comes with. She comes with Turtleneck Man. No, I'm just kidding. Turtleneck Man does what he can. Beating up on girls, that Turtleneck Man. He's evil. He beats up on girls. Don't do that, guys. But anyway, she comes with this ultimate Green Goblin, I think that's what it's called, piece. Won't be finishing him, so I don't know what to do with that. But it's cool, though. They have bigger Build-A-Figures. And then the instructions, I guess it's just Green Goblin. It says collect them to build Green Goblin. That's cool for people who can't figure that out, how to put them together. But, and then she comes with a whip. Whip is really nice. Let's get a zoom in on that. Oops, wrong one. That nice, cool whip. Hair is very well detailed. I like that. Just very cool. I don't know if she's top heavy, that's why she's not standing. But, you know. So they did good sculpting on her. Like I said, the face is good. You get this kind of side shot of her. Not so good. Better head on though. So, pretty cool. And let's see. Let's go over articulation. Marvel Legends articulation. I'm always interested if their head pops off or not. So her head pops off really easy. It's just like that. Just a regular ball pick there. So her head doesn't go up or down from the neck. Or there's no joint right there, I guess I should say. But her legs kind of go out. Mine's are really stiff everywhere. I don't want to break it. So, upper leg swivel. Her knee bends, double knee joint there, which is cool. Like I said, her feet are just, this one here, I don't know if that's just mine or everybody else's. She has an elbow, arm swivel. Her wrist swivel, really nice. So, that's pretty neat. Now she won't stand at all. Facebook is going off. Talking to the people from the Rogue Show. We're going to have a new show coming up this Sunday. 2 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock p.m. Central, 12 o'clock Mountain, 11 o'clock California time, Pacific, yeah. And let's see, 11, 10, 8 o'clock Hawaii time. I don't know what that's called. So, I could go on and on, but I won't. So look at that face. That's a face only a mother could know. So, before we continue on, I do want to talk about Spider-Man here. Just for a quick second. Very cool detail. I'm not going to do a full review on him. But he does come with interchangeable hands. And the right arm. What's right? Nope. Left. Right. Right. Left. What is this? Can't tell. Right arm to the Green Goblin. I do like to make the clicky sound for the Build-A-Figure. So, oh yeah, that's nice. That's cool. So, won't be finishing him. So, let's do a size comparison with these Black Cat and Spider-Man. So, Black Cat would be taller if I had her head attached. But they look good together just like that, I must say. Mine suffers from, ooh, look at that. That is very loose. Oh, no. No, loose arm syndrome. No! Man, why do I get that? So there is a size comparison. Yes, they are leaning over this way because their feet are screwed up a little bit. And, actually, Spider-Man does suffer from loose leg syndrome too, so I got a... Now, I know Toy Biz made a Black Cat, and so did Marvel Select, but Marvel Select's figures, this one doesn't have any, or barely any articulation. So, here is a size comparison. And she don't stand either. So, obviously Marvel Selects are bigger. And I do prefer the Marvel Legends one. She's a little bit cross-eyed. She came with the window that I always use. That window. And the Spider-Man, which I don't have the Spider-Man no more. But he wasn't even a figure. He was just a thing that attached to the wall. If my hand wasn't in the way. Spider-Man does come with this flame here, which is really cool, translucent. I'm going to try something here. It doesn't attach on his arm, but man, what a hothead. Look at that. Firestorm. Look at that. It's hot in here. Whoa, 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 I'm on fire. So, it kind of rests on his arm. There you go. That looks kind of cool. I think I'll use that for this. Thank you, Marvel Legends, for providing all my DC-UC needs. And just in case you're wondering, the Andrew Garfield head from the first series, this hole's too small. It will not fit this. That's too bad. Alright, in the Mary Poppins segment on my show, here is Black Cat looking out the window. Alright, how would I rate this figure? Good job, Hasbro? Needs improvement, Hasbro? Or dog of vomit? I'm definitely going to have to say there are some issues with her foot, and she won't stand very well, so I'm going to have to say, oh, and loose ankle syndrome. I'm going to have to say it needs improvement, Mattel, because that just sucks. You pay all that money for a figure, and that's what happens. That's not cool. You spend a lot of money on these, especially if you had to buy them if you don't buy them retail, you spend a lot of money on those figures, and then you get a crappy one with loose ankle syndrome or loose leg syndrome. So, do I recommend go getting her? If you can find her at retail, heck yeah, I would. So let me do an overall shot. Now, my other Marvel figures I reviewed in the past, you know, most of them are all gone. I sold them all to get the iPad Mini when it first came out, and I got a lot of money. Had enough to get a iPad Mini. So all those figures are gone, but here's what I have left over. Very, very small collection of Marvel figures. More of a DC fan, but I like the core figures. I love the Marvel movies because they keep making them, and they're good. So, can you see him? There we go. So I have that other Spider-Man 1 figure around somewhere, but he can't stand either. He has loose everything syndrome. I bought him because of the Andrew Garfield head, but that guy won't even stand up at all. He won't even pose. So, I just don't have any luck with Spider-Man figures. So that's my very sloppy review on Black Cat. And we talked about Spider-Man. I even would rate Spider-Man as needs improvement. He loose everything syndrome too. He's just loose. His arms loose. His ankles loose too. So I can't win for losing. So I went from really excited to a little bit disappointed today. But hey, I have him. I didn't have to pay. I found him at retail, so I didn't have to pay for shipping or anything like that. So, alright guys. Thanks for watching my sloppy review. Bye.
Now listen. Chicken eating in the dark. Chicken, you know I'm eating in the dark. Chicken, eating in the dark. Eating in the dark. Mashed potatoes. Yes, Lord, breaks my heart. You know she held my hand when the lights went out. You know she held my hand when the lights went out. You know she held my hand when the lights went out. When the lights went out, a macaroni and cheese. One more time. Alright. We went to KFC and the lights were out. We went to KFC and the lights were out. We went to KFC and the lights were out. And the lights were out at KFC. At KFC. You know I have to pee at KFC. Hey, you think they leave the lights off in the bathroom?